Stephanie, we just finished virtual learning and virtual graduations 2020. How does it feel? And we owe a big thanks to everyone who participated in our schools this year.
Most certainly. First, a huge congratulations to the graduates of 2020 who most definitely will remember this final year of their educational career, both good and bad, but it definitely, I think, has made a mark on students in a way that we'll see how it turns out as we move forward.
I think I would like to just echo exactly what Stephanie said, and I think it's really important for us to understand really how it worked for parents, because this is now going to be the new norm. And going into the new school year, we really want to hear voices about how this has worked and how we can improve and what best practices we can mirror and maybe what we change differently moving into the autumn.
So Susan, let's talk a little bit more about that and how moving into the fall, there are some tough choices and decisions to be made for Jefferson County Public Schools in light of the numbers and the information that's coming down from the state capitol. What are your core values or principles that you're going to be looking to and guide you in making these decisions for almost 84,000 students in Jeffco Public Schools?
I think one of the biggest issues, of course, is our core competency, the education, the efficacy of the education, of what we're providing to our children. In the flipped classroom, in the hybrid method, in the remote method, whatever it looks like for our children, we need to make sure that the education that we are providing them gives them their year's worth plus of learning. That's our goal and our objective, and that's what I'll be looking for in the formulation of any type of structure moving forward.
As Susan mentioned, obviously keeping some of those mission critical central roles that our educators and administrators and other folks in Jeffco Public Schools play in educating our students is a priority. Along with that is really thinking about some of these budget decisions, which are difficult conversations to have, but making sure we're centering that with the notion of equity and looking at the varying capacity levels that not only our families have across the district, but also our schools and our students that have needs that are different from one another. And so thinking about and recognizing that equity, it has to be centered in these decisions if we're really going to truly meet the needs of all students moving forward.
Susan, you and Stephanie are the two newest members to the Jefferson County Board of Education have been elected this past November. And you've already have gotten together to do several town halls and community engagement opportunities. Why is this so important to both of you?
We really need to have opportunities for our community to talk with us, to speak with us, to have us listen. And so Stephanie and I tried to figure out a way to make that happen. And we've decided that town halls are a great foundation for people to reach out and then get into small groups and then come back and talk with others and share ideas. So I think that's been really valuable to us. I've learned a lot about this whole remote conversation.
Stephanie, how have these town halls with Susan been? Have you been getting the community engagement that you were looking for?
I am greatly appreciative of the collaboration between myself and Susan. And I deeply believe that public education really requires public engagement. And as mentioned before, in this era of virtual connection, trying to be innovative and really be open to the invitation that this moment provides to reach out in different ways. And so whether it's through listening sessions on Zoom, through town halls with other public officials, through the board email address where we are accepting public comment as well, and moving forward with virtual public comment at some of our subsequent meetings. It really is a critical piece of what we do to hear back from our community, what their priorities are, what their questions are, concerns, etc. And like Susan, I really encourage folks to reach out and to share their perspective. We are 5 people making decisions for a county of 500,000 people, and we need to be informed by the perspectives of community members in order to be good stewards of our role.